just a bit of an update on my Raspberry Pi and CANbus interface for the BA Falcon. So I've switched over to an Arduino. That's an Arduino Nano. I've just got an MCP2515 transceiver, and that's wired into the CAN high and low for like the cluster and the BEM. I don't know why they bring a line in from both the cluster and the BEM to the ICC. I feel like they could just have a single pin, that way when you pull out the ICC it doesn't disconnect that and that from talking. Anyway, I've got it working via serial commands. So that's increasing the fan speed. And they work fine because those bits are broadcast every time. But things like the door lock and the interior light are just a single broadcast of they're a single broadcast of the whole CANbus string, but you only change the bit once and then you go back to this default string. So if I say T-lock, it doesn't do anything, but if I sort of spam it, it'll work. See, there we go. I'm not sure why that is. It may be because this CAN transceiver only has an 8 megahertz clock on it. So I've bought some 16 megahertz and I'm going to swap that over. The other thing could be that because it's talking back to the computer over serial, I feel like the serial bus interrupt, I'm not entirely sure, but the serial bus interrupt is interfering with building the CANbus string. So when you type in a serial command that only changes one bit and only for that single broadcast of that string, it actually doesn't send it out. See how it says 192 there? Yeah. So I tried to loop that twice, so it sent 2 strings out with the change bit, but that didn't really work. I'm going to switch over to hardware inputs, so bringing a digital pin high or low to trigger the door locks and whatnot, and then I'll use a Raspberry Pi wired to the Arduino to pull those pins high or low, and that may solve the serial issue. I'm not sure, but it's a work in progress. This is certainly more work or more progress than what I've had, because previously I was just dumping those codes on the CANbus. It wasn't really building the string, I was just manually inputting them and sending them out. An interesting thing, let's check it's out of gear. Yep. If I start the vehicle, my battery's pretty flat because I've had the fan running all the time while I'm testing this, because I use it to go up and down to see if it's working. You see we've got liters per hour there. If I pull this, it didn't do it. Normally the revs, there we go. See how it's got no revs? Because that information is transmitted over the CANbus. If I plug it back in, which I hope I get these right. There we go. We've got rev back. So the interesting thing is that the ICC mustn't have anything to do with the security as far as like PATS, passive anti-theft system, because that it's completely removed, and that actually, when you remove that, it breaks the link between the BEM and the cluster, so they can't communicate at all. So that's good news that whatever head unit I design and put in there, it won't interfere with, yes, the seatbelt's undone, it won't interfere with the security of the car, which is great. Yeah, anyway, that's it.